And we are in the... Okay, hello everyone and welcome to this new Monday stream. My name is Marco. Welcome to Access the Animus. I should say it like in the voice that we have at the start of our videos. Let me see if we are live. Yes, okay. Let me test everything. Hello Bielik, welcome to the stream. Wow, that was very fast in the chat. I saw that on Twitter. You were waiting for the stream. Okay. Okay, let me test. Hello. Hello Red Dorito. Hello Mostakim, Aditya, Mowa. Welcome to the stream. Oh man, how many of you? All right. Guys, can you hear the volume of the game, or is it only me? Hello, Frank, Animal, Alex, George, so many of you. So today we are going to just stream Valhalla. You might have seen on our social media profiles that we have had the chance to test the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC for Valhalla, which is going to release in 3 days on March the 10th. But we cannot talk about it yet. We cannot share anything. We were told we can share our mood. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll share my mood later. And you might also know that today we're also giving away 2 codes for the DLC, for Dawn of Ragnarok. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to explain the rules more than once throughout the stream. We're going to ask you a question that we're going to showcase on screen, and let's hope that this time the stream doesn't crash. Game audio is there, but quite low. Okay. Well, we'll see if we can raise it a bit, or well, you can listen to my Italian accent. So yeah, we're going to do like these giveaway for 2 codes of Dawn of Ragnarok. We're going to ask you a question that we're going to show on screen, and what we will need you guys to do is to go on Twitter. So get your Twitter account ready, not now, but get ready, and use the hashtag ATA Labs that you can see on screen right now in the lower left, and answer, like tweet to us or tweet in general with the hashtag and the answer and the platform that you are competing for. So if you are playing on Xbox Series X, for example, please answer with the answer to our question, the hashtag ATA Labs, and the platform that you're competing for, so Xbox Series X. But before we get into the giveaway, how are you guys doing? Are you getting ready for the expansion? Do you have any expectations about it? Assassin's Creed Central, welcome to the stream. George, Frank, Crafting Ranger, I just finished replaying Valhalla and 100% completing it. So I can't wait for Thursday. Wow, I don't think I have. I mean, I have completed Valhalla 100% based on the stats on the Ubisoft Connect platform, but I still have to clear 3 or 4 regions. I'm so slow, even more than 1 year after the release. In fact, you can see Sari playing, and the northern part of England, I still have to clear it. But at least we have stuff to do, because we can't show the DLC yet. We'll be able to do that tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. CET. So we're going to share some videos, hopefully, if we get them ready in time. And during the evening, so a few hours later, at this time, more or less, we're also going to stream the game, the DLC. So if you want to mark that on your calendars, we're going to stream Dawn of Ragnarok tomorrow at 8 p.m. CET. I have 535 level already. Oh, George, you got all the power, all the skills and power level before starting the DLC. I mean, the DLC was supposed to get you to that point, but I mean, if you enjoy Valhalla this much, all the more power to you, for sure. Crafting Ranger, my main save has 255 hours with all the content. That's a huge number, honestly. A lot of people stop playing a game at much less, honestly. For us, it's a similar number, probably something more, because we always need to record gameplay for our videos, so it takes us some more time. Hello, Atef126, welcome to the stream. Hello, Mendicant BS. I still didn't start the Siege of Paris DLC. What is wrong with me? Take your time. You don't have to feel any pressure while playing any kind of game. If you don't feel like playing Siege of Paris or any other DLC, you can go back when you feel like that. And it's understandable. There's a lot of like huge games releasing these days, like Horizon, that I mentioned in every stream. This stream should be about Assassin's Creed, and I mentioned Horizon Forbidden West 3 times in a row. And Elden Ring, of course. I also want to play that one day. While Sarah is trying to do the Enigma. Is it complicated? Good evening, Rogue Music Freak. Welcome to the stream. Andrew Barrett, AC Valhalla is so freaking good. I have to say it, like the story of Valhalla is pretty good for the most part. There are some filler arcs that could also not be there, but the main story is pretty good. We're gonna see if the story for Dawn of Ragnarok is as good or better or worse. We'll see about that tomorrow. I haven't even finished the Valhalla part of the crossover yet. Christophorus, you're a wiki contributor. How haven't you finished the Valhalla part of the crossover? It's kind of like your responsibility or something. But yeah, it's again, it's understandable. There's so much content for Valhalla and for many of the games that are being released right now, so totally understandable. It's funny, when Origins was releasing, I fell in love with the gameplay because it really reminded me of Horizon. Yeah, I mean, it's slightly different because Assassin's Creed has a legacy of specific mechanics that it's taking with it since the start that other games usually do not have or have in a different way. But yeah, understandable. Tailgate, welcome to the stream. I watched the Uncharted movie today, and I personally liked it. It wasn't a fun adventure flick. Still have to watch it, as I still have to watch Batman. Do you guys have you guys watched Batman? Was it any good? Hey Mariano, welcome to the stream. Sam, you have 420 hours in Valhalla. Man, that's an aficionado right there. Well, welcome to the stream, everyone. We're soon going to ask the first question for the giveaway of the codes of Dawn of Ragnarok. Word of advice here, like heads up, the codes will be given from March the 10th onwards, because we need to record your data for the winners and then get the codes from Ubisoft, so that will take some time. But the codes will be available potentially starting on March the 10th or the 11th. So yeah, so soon we're going to ask our first question. It's really too soon for now. Can you tell us if the map is big or not? Is the question about, I would imagine, Dawn of Ragnarok. We can't say... we can't talk about anything really. I'm sorry about that, because I expected, like we did expect some questions about Dawn of Ragnarok for that, we're going to have a dedicated stream tomorrow at the same time as today, where I am going to share my first impressions on the DLC, and also ask all of your questions. It's going to be sort of like an AMA kind of stream. So any kind of question that you would like to ask me or us, you can do in the stream tomorrow, though, not today. This is not today yet. How much mastery points do you have? We can have a look at that. I think we have. There's. It's okay. It's. We have three points available to use, but as of now we have 28 here, 25 here, and 32 here. So I think we have around 100 or something. One of the achievements roughly shows the DLC map layout. Yes, that is true. There are some hints here and there in the achievement pictures, as it always is the case. I remember for the Hair of Memories quest for Odyssey, it had like the achievement had a huge face of Layla, and it was pretty surprising back then. First impression about the next AC game. I don't have a first impression because I haven't. I don't even know what that is about. The mastery point. Do you think Ubisoft should include these in the stats? What do you mean, the mastery points? What power is he? I think that we are around 500-ish. You can check. I think go down a bit. Oh, we can see. We have the overlay. It's right here. It should be around 490 something. This is a save before the DLC, so you can count all the skill points that you can get after patch 1.5.0, so it should be around 490 something at this point. The new saga difficulty for stealth makes it so much more viable in Valhalla. Yes, but also stealth was greatly improved. So with patch 1.5.0, tomorrow I'll be able to say a bit more about how that plays out in the DLC as well in Dawn of Ragnarok. So tune in tomorrow. As usual, we need more hairstyles. Yes, I mean after the DLC, I don't know, but yeah, until you have a story, some story content to play where you can see your character during the cutscenes, yeah, we need more and more hairstyles. I personally don't really take the hairstyle into account during the gameplay sessions, so do you think we will see Basim exploring the past memories to look for his children through history? And why is it there's always a mythical cover over the issue of storylines in AC? Asks Yadvinder. You're saying always, but it's been the case for Valhalla and Odyssey-ish. At this point, it does feel like it's something that it's being consolidated. I'm not a huge fan of this consolidating itself as the way to represent the issue. It's not my cup of tea, honestly. But yeah, I hope we will see Basim exploring past memories to look for his children. There are rumors about a new game or a new project called Assassin's Creed Rift, featuring Basim. But the rumors seem to be hinting at a different timeline, so not with the Basim of the modern day. So we'll see. We'll see when it gets properly announced. Won't it be cool to actually go in those 75,000 years old environments? Yes, it would be amazing. Maybe not for long, because that would ruin the entire mystery around the first civilization. So maybe not an entire DLC or game, but like having a sequence or two in there, or like some memories, like the Altair memory in Assassin's Creed 2, or the memories where you play as Aya in Origins. Having a few memories in the ISO era would be cool, for sure. Assassin's Creed. No, we haven't asked the first question yet, Big Puppy. We're gonna wait for some more time. I'd say in 10 to 15 minutes, we'll see. We're not even sure how long this stream will last, so we're just here to chill, get prepared with you for the release of the DLC, ask for your expectations about the DLC, then we ask the questions and see who is ready to get the prize. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to ask two questions, one for each code. We're going to show the questions on screen, and when you see the question, you will have to tweet, to comment on Twitter, any kind of tweet, using the hashtag ATA Labs that you can see in the lower left of the screen right now, the answer to the question that I'm going to read and ask you, and the platform that you are competing for. So if you're playing on PC, you need to write PC as well. It is 2 a.m. at your place. Wow. Did you keep yourself awake in order to participate in the giveaway? Dimas, that's so much dedication. Big Papi, favorite AC game? Last time I was asked, I think it was in the comment on one of our videos, I answered something like my favorite historical part is AC2, favorite modern day is Brotherhood and 3, favorite ending is Revelations. I'm cheating. Favorite world is Unity and Origins, so I'm cheating. I'm listing all the games in a way, but yeah, like each game has its own flavor and something that it excels at, I would say. Can we talk about the bugs that are related to the DLC? No, I can't talk about the potential presence or absence or any kind of bugs in the DLC. That sudden divine level upgrade, yes, that's part of the DLC. It's already available now with the patch 1.5.0. Basically, you have a new enhancement level, and basically that allows you to use more resources and make your equipment and weapons more powerful. That's pretty much required, I would imagine, because you need to raise your power level. You need to raise the stats of your weapons and equipment. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the feeling of progression, and that's something that the devs really care, they really want to have all the time. So yeah. Otherwise, you might be like properly a god, like killing enemies, and you can still do that. Like you can have like easy difficulty or saga difficulty, and go through the DLC without any kind of challenge, for sure. Osvaldo, yes, this is the face behind Access the Animus. Yes. Nice to see. Oh, I'm happy you're seeing me. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So yeah, no hiding my face anymore. And there's going to be also like some videos also in the future where I comment on your comments as well. they're called community reactions, where we've had already our first episode, and we're gonna have some surely after the DLC is released. Do you work for Ubisoft or something? No, I don't. I've participated in some Ubisoft programs for fans, and Access the Animus also as a project has participated in some community. Did we get stuck? No, in some community programs. I participated in the Assassin's Creed Initiates community programs. It was called Initiates Ambassadors. Good times. But yeah, no, I'm not working for Ubisoft. Oh, and I think that the camera is not working, and here I am again. I don't know what happened, but you saw a tiny cat, I think. Can you see my face now? Or is there a cat? No. Okay. What the questions will be about story, but they're going to be, I promise they're going to be easy enough. I can say that. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask you, like we used to do at the events like Gamescom, we used to do the Assassin's Creed trivia, and I used to ask questions like with the nightmare difficulty level. Those were very, very hard. But it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be very easy questions about characters. Some hints here and there. Yeah, my face cam was gone, but should be working now. Crossover series is canon. Yes, Eivor did meet Cassandra. Diego, welcome to the stream. This game is so easy that you can kill and see the chat at the same time. Try to do that on Elden Ring. Well, if we were to play Elden Ring, we would still be in this format, like when I'm just talking here while Sari, my wife here, is playing. I wouldn't be able to play and follow the chat. I mean, I could try, but I prefer to be more active following your comments for sure. You should definitely watch The Batman. I watched it today and it's so amazing. Thank you for mentioning that. I was actually wondering and I asked earlier. So we will have Ezio Revelation outfit. Not that I know of. I'm gonna say, but in general, I can't comment on the DLC itself. But as far as I know, honestly, I don't know. There have been rumors about it, and again, honestly, I don't know. Do you think there would be a continuation to the crossover? Do you mean the crossover between Eivor and Cassandra, or another crossover? Did you read about the original ending for AC3, the one with the spaceship? Yes, that's actually a piece of news that came out a few years ago, and for some reason, a few weeks ago, it got bumped up for some reason, and people were talking about it again. I think it was Nolan North that mentioned it, or Patrice Desilets. I think it was Nolan North. And he had been briefed about the Earth being destroyed or being inhabitable, and just Desmond and Lucy going away on a space shuttle or something. Okay, in a few minutes we can ask the first question. Not yet, but soon. I would suggest you guys prepare your Twitter accounts. I'm gonna go on the hashtag ATA Labs page on Twitter to see who is going to be the first to answer. Latest, okay. Not yet, but I'm ready. Love your videos, by the way. Thank you so much, Diego. You can expect some videos tomorrow at 6 p.m. or later about Dawn of Ragnarok. We're going to show non-spoilery stuff. I can't say what it's going to be about because I can't talk about the DLC. It's very tough not to, but yes. And I'm also going to share my opinions about the DLC in a stream that we're going to have at the same time as today. Twitter is ready, Nader. Good job. Supreme Santiago, can you explain this spaceship AC3 ending? Yeah, pretty much, if I recall correctly, because I read about it a few years ago. Pretty much, at some point, AC3 or the final game of the Assassin's Creed franchise was meant to end with the world not being inhabitable anymore. Is that the correct English word? I recall that in AC1 there was a lot of documents about some kind of like a lot of catastrophes happening across the world. There were issues with all every kind of like industry, and there were a lot of post-catastrophe feelings. And basically AC3, or the final game of the franchise, was meant to make it so that the human population would die apart from Desmond and I think Lucy or another female character, and they were meant to go in the spaceship somewhere else, like some novel Adam and Eve. So basically, I think that was the idea. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember the exact details that had been shared by Nolan North. Crafting Ranger, you'd like to see Cassandra come to the settlement to see Eivor again. That would be cool. I mean, they already have the model. They already have everything. I don't see them doing an entire quest again, but maybe they can have Cassandra reappear at some point. All right. I think we can start for our first question. So let's get in the map and let's get Sari ready to launch and make the question appear on screen. I again, get ready on Twitter. In order to answer, you need to answer to the question that we're going to show you. Use the hashtag ATA Labs that you can see in the lower left screen, and also add the platform that you are competing for. That's very important. And this is a giveaway for one code for the DLC Dawn of Ragnarok for Valhalla. So, are you ready? Let's make it appear. 3, 2, 1, go. What is the name of the son that Odin is trying to save in Svartalfheim in the DLC Dawn of Ragnarok? Let's see if anyone is answering. Who is the first to answer? I think we have a winner, and that is Christophorus Laredda Erudito, who wrote Baldur, or Boulder, as it is pronounced. So congratulations, Christophorus. You have won a code for the DLC for Dawn of Ragnarok. Congratulations. Yeah, it was easy. I told you guys, it was easy. And it's easy to make, to give everyone a chance to win and participate. Good job, Christophorus. Good job, Laredda Erudito. Prego. We will contact you. Actually, please send us a direct message on Twitter so that we can arrange for future for further details in order to tell you how we're going to deliver you the codes, the code. But yeah, congratulations. And if you guys stay here on the stream, we're going to still give away a code later in the stream. So don't worry if you didn't manage this time. And like I mentioned, tomorrow we're going to stream the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC directly. So we're going to show you some aspects of the DLC. And while we're showing you that, we're also going to give away some more codes tomorrow. So if you don't manage to get a code today, even with the second question, be sure to follow us tomorrow. We're going to have a special stream dedicated to Dawn of Ragnarok, show you a bit of the world and everything. And we're going to give away 3 codes, even more than today. So we're trying and see like, let's try and have tomorrow like a stream where we gather together. I'm gonna you can ask me any kind of questions about the DLC that is not spoiler related, I think, because we have some guidelines that we have to follow. And then we can also give you some codes so that you can test directly what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Thank you, Emily. Thank you for participating. I'm happy that we can do this for you guys. And of course, thanks to Ubisoft and the Mentors Guild who allowed us to test this to test the DLC. And of course, Ubisoft is sharing the codes, so it's a win-win situation. Do you know if Maria Ravensthorpe, Dimas, Maria from AC1 is called just Maria Thorpe. She's not called Ravensthorpe. That would have been surprising, to say the least. So yeah. So we answer in no. It's on Twitter, Rogue Music Freak. For the next question, it's gonna be the same way. So you will have to answer on Twitter using the hashtag ATA Labs and the platform that you are competing for, and of course the answer that we are going to ask you to provide us with. No, it's a tweet. Rogue Music Freak. You can just make either a tweet directed to Access the Animus or even just a simple tweet. We just need to detect it through the hashtag ATA Labs and see who is the first that is answering correctly, pretty much. I don't think there's any connection with Maria. With Valhalla or anything. I don't think there is any. What else? So, question for you, like I mentioned earlier, what are your expectations about Dawn of Ragnarok? I'll try and not make faces while reading them, but we have already had a few tweets and also videos, but again, I want to really feel your expectations, because the fans that are writing to us on Twitter might not be the same that are writing to our videos or in our live streams. So, Mentor's Cloak, what a proper item. So what is your what are your expectations about Dawn of Ragnarok? Are you excited? Are you a bit turned off by the mythological coat in here? I simply want to Eivor grow. Okay. You mentioned that in the other stream, Crafting Ranger. let's hope that that's gonna happen. For what I remember, like the news mentioned Eivor having a story in here, but it's going to be a minor one. So based on the news, the main focus will be Odin rather than Eivor. But let's hope that Eivor learns something and grows in a way. Passable as more Valhalla. Okay. That's... well, would you call the Wrath of the Druids and Siege of Paris passable? Would you call them good? Would you call them bad? What is your definition of insanity, but also of passable? Nothing more than what we saw in all the trailer. Maybe a good cinematic at the end. Okay. I was also hoping for some good cinematic at the end. I'm gonna give you that. And in the meantime, I saw a giant spider on the ground. And Sari got really tense about that. But yeah, let's go back to the stream. No. Sari is scared, and as you can see, Sari crashed with the boat towards the... Okay, apparently I need to take care of the of the spider. Okay. Would you talk to the chat while we are... No, she's too scared about this. Okay, let's just keep an eye on the spider. He's just gonna be there. Wrath of the Druids had a pretty world. Yes, I agree. And also Siege of Paris. Okay, so Sari crashed again and asked me to play because she has to take care of the spider. Okay, so let's just go while she is taking care of the spider. She's very scared. Sei il migliore. Alessandro, don't say that. Non dire così. Sari is super scared. Can I take care of the spider? No. She wants to. She is overcoming her fears. Can you overcome your fears? No, she can't. I mean, this is more entertaining than going around with the ship, honestly. Okay. Alright. I think that took care of the spider. I don't know if you guys heard the sounds.
Ouch.
She hurt herself. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Okay. I overcame my fear of heights. You can do this. There's something called pause menu. No. Pause menu. No. We don't stop here. Even though the black box mission in Paris were great. Yes, I agree. I recommend it to kill it right now, Marcus, because you're going to look at the last known place the spider were and it won't be there anymore. That was a good one. It really reminded me of Unity. Well, all the old games as well, but Unity specifically. Tu puoi giocare già prima al nuovo DLC. Yes, we have. Sì, abbiamo provato il DLC in anteprima, ma non possiamo parlarne. Sorry for my Italian coming out every now and then. We want to see the spider. No. No. I don't know what is left of the spider, so...
It's big. It's there. You can see it.
It's still there. Like, Sari just left every... Like, whatever she used to take care of the spider, it's still there on the ground. She ran away. But anyway... Wrath of the Druid story was lacking, yet was beautiful. I would agree. The historical part was okay. The Isu story was lacking and confusing, and as for what I've heard, the DLC had some creative turmoil in a way, and that there had been some creative differences as it was being developed. So, I mean, it transpires. It's pretty easy to see when you have a look at the mythological part of the Wrath of the Druids DLC. So yeah. I expect Dawn of Ragnarok to be a fun romp through Norse mythology. That's an expectation. That's a positive one. It's so rare to see positive expectations about the DLC. There are not. I mean, of course, you can be hyped or you can be absolutely disappointed. But seeing some just positive vibes, like this could be a fun ride in a set environment. That's a nice way to approach things. I usually am not able to have such a positive approach to stuff, especially with AC. I usually either am super hyped about some specific content or pretty disappointed. We're gonna see tomorrow. Do you know if there will be an expansion in the Discovery Tour with the new DLC? No, not that I know of. I would expect it, like, no Discovery Tour tied to the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC. They did not do it for Siege of Paris and Wrath of the Druids, which were way more suitable. I wouldn't expect a Discovery Tour happening in a completely fantasy world with no recreation or of any kind of historical monument or character or anything. I don't expect that. Wonder what Darby thinks of Wrath of the Druids. He's Irish. I know he's always wanted to write an Irish story. Yes, but if I recall correctly, on Twitter he mentioned different time periods than that. So yeah, I wonder what he thinks about that as well. I hope Darby will be involved with year 2. Who knows? Hopefully. I mean, he did tease that there are some kind of plans in the work to tackle what happened in Eivor's final moments in Vinland, in North America. So hopefully he is actually involved in year 2 for any kind of content that might be released in the second half of the year, because he came back to Ubisoft a few months or weeks ago. So any of his involvement, I don't expect that to happen soon, but could be. Positive approach should be highlighted in a frequent basis, to be honest. But if that is not happening, there must be a reason for it. Exactly. I'm trying not to get as hyped as I used to since the Valhalla's multiple glitches I experienced. Oh, you're talking about bugs. You can ask me the same question tomorrow if you have some time to join us again. I might have an answer that might surprise you. I'm Irish too, Crafting Ranger, and I wasn't a huge fan of Wrath of the Druids. I'm curiously interested. I'm curious about why. Like, is it because of the historical portrayal, or because there was too much Druid stuff? Like, why would an Irish fan not be happy about that kind of DLC and story? I'm genuinely curious about that question. Yes, the games aren't bad. I stopped being hyped since Unity, but I have enjoyed the games until now. Yes. I mean, I think that all the games have some... as usual. They do have some positive aspects. Uh, the issue for most fans, and I'm including myself here, is that if you are a fan of a specific aspect like story or parkour specifically or whatever, that specific aspect might be good or bad in the different games of the franchise. If you take yourself a bit away from that perspective and you are just judging the games, they all have some positive aspects to them. It's not like they are all bad or all fantastic, for sure. So we'll see tomorrow, but I mean it's been my perspective as well in the also for the recent DLC. Like in terms of story, to me, Wrath of the Druids and Siege of Paris were like huge missed opportunities. They had a lot of missed opportunities, but at the same time, Siege of Paris had like the return of the black box missions, and they were pretty cool to do with all the interactions and everything. Wrath of the Druids had a historical story that wasn't that bad, in my opinion. And I really enjoyed Ireland as a world, even if it wasn't very vertical, but it was very cool and very different. Like there were so many different locations and everything. So you can always find something that you like in this kind of content. Maybe it's not gonna be the experience that you expect, but there's always some positive aspect. Sri Venkatesh, yes, we're also giving away some codes tomorrow, but we still have one to give away today. Not yet. It might take us some more time to have the second question. But yes, we're going to give away 3 codes for Dawn of Ragnarok tomorrow as well. So yeah. I am curious what they have in mind with Origins. Will they include a crossover there? Will they not? It's borderline, I would say. Like they are planning for a 60 FPS patch for Origins. You wouldn't do that for no reason, even if fans have been asking for it before the crossovers, before the crossover was even announced. But they wouldn't look into creating a patch for Origins if they weren't planning to have some content to be shared with that. I mean, I don't recall Ubisoft ever going back to older games just to make them look better. Usually what Ubisoft does is remastering or re-releasing the game on different platforms. Which is why we're not seeing photo mode in Assassin's Creed Unity, for example, which is kind of like a sin, in my opinion. Unless or until they're going to re-release Unity, I don't know, Unity Remastered or something, I don't think they're ever going to go back to that engine, which is so much different from the one from the recent games. So that is also why they're not going back to that. I won't pay for this. Buy for a DLC. Come on, Ubisoft. What do you mean, Nils? You mean that it's too expensive, or that you wouldn't spend money on any kind of DLC? Like, Ireland was beautiful and the soundtrack was amazing. I agree. The soundtrack for Wrath of the Druids was incredible. It had Julie Fowl, who was the... Fowl, I think it was the name, the surname, who was the singer and was also the voice actress for Kiara in the DLC, and she was amazing. It's one of my favorite soundtracks for the DLCs of AC. I think I probably liked a bit more the soundtrack for the Tyranny of King Washington DLC, but pretty much there. I missed the second part of the answer, but the story felt rushed and there was no point in cutting Galway from the map. I agree. I agree. I think I went to Galway when I was not a kid, but like a youngster. With my parents, we went to for holiday in Ireland. We went across we had a tour of Ireland, um, and we also went to Galway. I was hoping to see it, but alas, the more I play other RPGs, the more I hate the AC franchise more and more. Ah, yeah, it's a common feeling. I think a lot of fans don't like the and the RPG aspects in AC don't always match the the pillars of AC as well. So it's always kind of complicated to make all of this work. Every time a new expansion comes to Valhalla, I instantly do the viewpoints so I don't need to do them later. That's a very good suggestion also for the other people watching. I used to not do this and I hated myself, especially in the past when we had the chance to test some content in advance and to create videos or content on that. And in general, when you're playing games that are open world RPGs, the first thing you want to do is go to the synchronization point that acts as a fast travel. I know when you're going around, you want to go to the next action, to the next story beat, but then you're going to regret it later when you need something. So I agree with Tailgate. You need to do the viewpoints so that you don't have to do them later. My strategy usually is if the story is taking me to a specific area, I'm going to do the viewpoints there, so that also I can see all the various activities that are there on the map. So when I'm going from point A to point B, on the way I'm going to also do the side activities, and that allows me to spend a little less time. I'm still a slow player, very slow player, but still. I agree with this piece of advice. The soundtrack of The Siege of Paris has elements of Game of Thrones, even if the composer is Stephanie Nkonomu. Yes, and she is also the composer for the soundtrack of Dawn of Ragnarok, by the way. So it means that I would imagine that the people at Ubisoft were pretty satisfied with what she did with Siege of Paris, to have her come back with this new DLC. And honestly, from the 4 tracks that have been released up until today, it's not too bad. Honestly, the Svartalfheim theme song is really good. The main theme is also pretty cool. It has Einar Selvik in it, so it's obviously good because it has Einar. How does a whole DLC cost $40 and a Hidix pack cost $20? Asks wiser student. Well, that's in your name. You are wiser than who is doing this kind of stuff, I guess. I mean, of course, these are all marketing practices and whatnot. Honestly, my opinion before playing the DLC, so to make it clear that this is not an opinion based after I played, but before playing the DLC, my opinion was that $40 for a supposed 35 hours experience was too much, and especially for a DLC in general. And tomorrow we're going to probably talk about the pricing aspect for sure. So if you want to tune in, ask some questions about that as well. I'd be happy to answer all of them. Definitely, I go to as many viewpoints as possible first. I have good job, Tron. That's the way. This is the way. I have pre-ordered Dawn of Ragnarok. I really looking forward to it as I love Norse mythology. Well, it was supposed to be fully centered around Norse mythology, so also based on the traders and everything. So seems like it's the content tailored for you, Samantha. So soon, only 3 days now. Jonathan Hall, I think you can buy the code for the DLCs. I'm not sure if we can even mention that kind of site. I think it's kind of official, but always borderline. I'm not gonna mention that. Exactly, like Christopher's mentioned, I would wait for a discount as well. Be very careful with that kind of sites. Sometimes they're there to grift your money and the codes don't work or whatever. So be very, very careful with that kind of sites. With the keys sites, they're always, even browsers usually show that they are not really safe as sites. Man, we could have linked Altair to Haytham somehow, Arno to Eivor, explore Irish Isu, but all the expectation went down the drain since Ubidork is scared of assassins. Yes. I'm gonna say yes. And that will be the end of my answer. There might be a season pass 2 in the future where you get Dawn of Ragnarok and DLC 4. The thing is, I'm not sure if there's going to be a DLC 4. Like I mentioned in our last video, there is an edition of Valhalla that contains all the season pass content and Dawn of Ragnarok, and it's called Complete Edition. So I don't think they're going to release another DLC, or they might look like fools because they called complete something that would then become incomplete. So, ciao Renato, benvenuto allo stream. Che bello che ogni tanto ci siano dei fan italiani. Was saying, pretty happy that there are some Italian fans here. If the sage has a child, does the sage's child get the ISO percentage of DNA, or does the child only inherit the sage's human DNA? Good question. I honestly don't know. If I recall correctly, the sages, the Aita sages, they are reborn in a random way. When the right combination of genes is there. So I don't think that sons of sages would develop the sage genes as well. I mean, it could happen, but it would be a very tiny chance for that to happen. You can already get some good deals for the DLC. Yes, that's the thing. Just verify that it's an official seller. That's also what buggered me. Like there are already some deals and discounts on the DLC before it releases, while some other fans had pre-ordered it at full price. I understand discounts after the release, but before, it goes beyond me. Croton, I wouldn't buy Dawn of Ragnarok even if it costs $5. It's only on console. What? I don't see. I didn't read the question. Sam KJ, I have pre-ordered DLC but still can't. Okay, it's only on console. Yeah. The Divine Gear quality, but it's about like 3 days and you will get that. And again, okay, I was about to say something about the Divine quality, but I can't. Sorry, guys. How goes it? Love the videos. Thank you, Scott. Welcome to the stream. Doing well. Pretty swamped with work on the videos that we're going to release tomorrow. It's gonna be a long night, I would imagine. But yes, tomorrow at 6 p.m. CET, we're going to start releasing some videos, hopefully, about some non-spoilery videos about Dawn of Ragnarok, and at 8 p.m. CET we're also going to stream the DLC, and also it's going to be an Ask Me Anything kind of DLC. So you will be able to, if you want to, if you have some spare time to share with us, you can ask me any kind of questions you would like to know about the DLC that is not spoilery. Other than that, I can answer any kind of questions. Maybe they release the oops, this is actually the complete edition in a few months. Yes. I've seen deals in the store for DLC and packages, but nothing for people who already own the game. New players are important to you. Yeah, what about existing players? Yeah, I think that is so plain to see. It was exacerbated, I think that's the proper word, in Siege of Paris and Wrath of the Druids, where any kind of content was catered to new fans, and thus Eivor and her antagonists, they didn't have to have any kind of connection to the main game in any sort, any way of sorts. So yeah, we're gonna see tomorrow if poor Eivor, what did you do to her? We're gonna see tomorrow if that's the case for Dawn of Ragnarok as well. Not gonna say it, but we're gonna see. I'm going to play Dawn of Ragnarok with male Odin because I like the performance of Magnus Brun. 100% agree. Can I say this? I guess I played as male Odin because to me there's no female Odin. Like Odin was male, and like Eivor was female. So I really wanted to play the canon way. So to me it was Odin all the way, and I was happy because playing as female Eivor or just Eivor means that I almost never hear Magnus's voice in Valhalla, which again it's a sin, it's a dang shame. So I'm so happy to have heard his voice throughout the DLC. He's such an amazing actor and voice actor. How's it, bro? How do we enter the giveaway, and would the giveaway only consider the DLC or the game? Let's make it clear. Thank you for asking, Sabelo. Yes, we're still gonna have a DLC, a giveaway in a few minutes. And it's going to be only about the DLC. It's not game plus DLC. It's no special edition. It's just the DLC. So you need to own Valhalla's game already. Otherwise, the DLC will not work on itself because it's not standalone. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think it is. So, oh my god. Sorry, I'm gonna have to moderate. Remove. Report. Okay, very well. Let's hide the user. Going to this stream to just make to just having the spam. Come on. It means we're getting famous, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I think the spam was deleted and hidden. Do you see any more? I don't think. I think it's okay. But yeah, in the meantime, Sari is exploring the cold areas of England. We have seen that there are some very hot and some very cold areas in Svartalfheim. A lot of green as well. We'll be able to use these 5 powers granted by this bracer called the Hugerrip. Tomorrow I'm going to mention a bit how it feels. Um, I love sub spam. Damn, the gameplay looks beautiful. I mean, this is just Valhalla's main game, so. Or you're talking about the footage that that was shared about Dawn of Ragnarok. mod mode Marco initiated. Yes. This is also why Sari and I work well together. Like if I had been playing, there would have been so many more spam messages. Are we going to have the chance to play with some Valkyrias in the DLC? I can't answer that for now. I will be able to answer that tomorrow at 8 p.m. CET. We're going to have another stream. So if you can keep your question for tomorrow and come and join us, I will answer that. In AC Infinity, I would personally like to see some World War II levels. Yes. There was one of the side missions in Assassin's Creed Unity which had a World War II level and was pretty cool with the Tour Eiffel. So that would be amazing. In the meantime, I'll explain the rules for the giveaway that we're going to have in a few minutes. I know I keep saying in a few minutes, but it's actually going to happen. We are going to ask you a question. We're going to show it on screen, and you will have to, if you'd like to participate, you will need to tweet. So create a tweet on Twitter with the hashtag ATA Labs that you can see on the lower left of the screen right now. And then you add the answer to the question and the platform that you are competing for. So I don't know, the last question was what is the name of Odin's son, the son that Odin is trying to save in Svartalfheim. So the tweet that won by Christopheros was hashtag ATA Labs Baldur PS4. So basically that is what you need to do, like just the hashtag, the answer, and the platform. So you can start and get your Twitter ready. Still not gonna ask the question yet, but let me see. I love Magnus Brun voice acting. It is way better than Cecily Stensville, says Rogue Music Freak. She sounded like she smoked 5 packets of cigarettes. Yes, she does tend to have that kind of voice when portraying Eivor. And I think that's not how she normally speaks. Like that's a very curated kind of voice that she is doing specifically for her. Darkstrider said that the divine gear is cursed. It takes your HP down by the time. We're gonna need to equip some sort of runes. I'm gonna answer that tomorrow. It's not exactly like that, but we'll see tomorrow. I thought Cecily sounded rough at the beginning of the game, but she got better as the game went on. I think that also we as players we get used to her tone of voice as well, because at the beginning you're not used to such a strong and rough tone of voice, but then it grows on you a bit. I also prefer Magnus. But canon is king to me. I already mentioned that a few times in the past. Can we answer in Italian eventually? Does it have to be English? You can answer in Italian. I mean, if you can answer in English, it's better, but Italian is good. No worries. And you asked first, so you can answer in Italian as well. First one to answer wins. Yes, that's the only way we can have live giveaways, because otherwise people would be able to go online or whatever. Like we need to try and equalize this, like make it viable for everyone. and not have anyone have privileges in the giveaway. Hey Arfa, welcome to the stream. I think she didn't find her footing properly at the beginning. Okay, that's Cecily Stenspill. I always liked Cecily since I wish we had more gruff female voices. I'm good with Cecily now. If there were another huge game like Valhalla, I wouldn't like another gruff voice. I've spent hundreds of hours with this voice, a female voice, but that's my personal opinion. Eivor's voice makes sense because she was bitten on the neck by a wolf, and that might have affected her voice. Did we have some frame issues? No? No. I think we're good. I think I saw some frame issues, but wow. Okay. I want to begin a new party. Always happens to me when the new DLC is coming. Haven't the time for pass again. Alright, I think we are clocking in at 1 hour ish of stream. I think we can go a bit more before asking the question. It's more like in 1 hour and 11 minutes. Okay. You think that Rollo will play an important issue role during the next season? Important issue role is pretty huge as a... I'm not sure. Maybe. The rumors and leaks mentioned that, but that was weeks and months ago. That might have been changed or dropped or anything. So he could have. I wouldn't call it Isu role, especially because even the rumors were about him finding pieces of Eden and not become an Isu or whatever. But again, that story might have been scrapped for all we know. Hello Janice, welcome to the stream. You made it in time. We still have to ask one question for our giveaway. Sarah is trying to find the skull. Yeah, there was lag, but I think it was fixed. If males can have gruff voices, then why can't females? Of course, no. Of course they can. I was just saying that personally, after spending so much time with this kind of character, I would like to see something different. As it was the case after spending so much time with Cassandra in 2018 and 19, pretty much. Will we see real Isu scenes in the DLC? I wouldn't tell you even if I could. I mean, tomorrow I could discuss this, sure, without going into spoiler territory. We can discuss this tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have another stream where we're going to show Dawn of Ragnarok. We're going to play the DLC. We're going to give away more codes, and I'll be able to talk more about the DLC itself. And I can also answer all your questions. What was the question that I didn't see? I played Odyssey as Alexius and Valhalla as Eivor male. So it was pretty weird to suddenly be a female and work with Demos in the DLC. Ragnarok will not force genders again. You know what? I don't even know, because I played never changing the characters. I kept let the animals choose that option, so I wouldn't even know for sure. I'm hoping future games take out the gender option. All it does is start arguments. It does all the time. I'd be much happier if Ubisoft just went with a female character. There's proof all over the place that female characters can work as main characters. Look at Horizon Forbidden West, and it's just an example. And then it would be okay for them to go back even to some male characters. I understand the choice, gender choice is cool. I'm more into being told a nice story, but then again, the gender choice is not. If it doesn't harm the story, the issue is that drawing, like allowing the gender choice and more choice throughout the game, it of course leads to a character that is more of a blank slate. It's not the case for Valhalla, because you do feel the various sides of Eivor's character, but still you like having NPCs having to react to different types of main characters and having to make more general kind of lines that apply to both male and female. Sometimes there are moments in the games where that doesn't feel perfect. I'd prefer for them to just go with a female character without fearing this. I'm hoping future oh yeah, okay. Did I miss something? Let me check. The mythological boss from the Druids DLC was supposed to switch the sex of the character if the Let the Animals Choose mode was activated, but it didn't. Yeah. Well, I think that the mythological boss in the Druids DLC, like the entire boss battle was a mess. Sorry to say that, but you were supposed to indeed to play as Odin, and instead you play as Eivor, as female Eivor, if you are having the Let the Animals Choose option, and then that character does not even make sense with the Irish mythology, let alone the Isu story. That was pretty bad. Have you finished Dawn of Ragnarok? I'm not even sure I can mention that. I can mention that I have been playing Dawn of Ragnarok, yes. The next question will be in 5 minutes, I'm gonna say. We are at 1 hour and 20 minutes, so yeah. In 5 minutes-ish, we can have the next question. For a code, only for the DLC Dawn of Ragnarok, so it's not game plus DLC. You need to own Valhalla already, like I mentioned earlier. Hey Dawn, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. Agree with the canon character over choice. Male players constantly choose female characters. It's weird that Ubisoft doesn't think so. Yes, agree. I had a pretty good time with Cassandra and Eivor, and I never felt any issue. And the same way, I understand if players want to play with a male character, but I prefer the story to be based around the character that the developers choose to have as a main character, without having to have story issues or create potential disputes and arguments within the community and everything. If you provide a choice at the beginning, then force one. No, of course. I believe, the Let the Animals Choose option is a very good compromise, in my opinion, because you can still choose whatever you want, male or female, it's fine. But at the same time, this option is there to tell you, hey, this option is going to tell you the actual canon story. The couldn't say it like that, of course. They said something like the let the animals choose option allows you to see the real size of story or whatever they said. But pretty much that's the canon way of things. And having that way, that option activated means that you can just go on and play and the game as it was meant to be played, but at the same time you can switch at any time. So tomorrow we'll see if that happens in Dawn of Ragnarok as well. In my opinion, there's only one Odin, but then again, all the more power to you if you want to play with Eivor's face. Sorry, a lot better at this game than I am. Yeah, well, Sari has been playing in all of the streams that we have done, and when Valhalla released, she spent quite a number of hours on it as well. Plus, sometimes she decides to play even just to check on the Isu stuff, on the Isu language stuff. So yeah, she has quite the experience, and she is very good at puzzle solving, much better than I am. And while in terms of gameplay,
that's parkour. That's not me.
Yeah, it's it's the parkour. If I have a choice, I always choose female, but I'm not fussed if you don't have a choice. I love the Ezio, obviously. Yeah, that's the thing. That's pretty much exactly my same argument. Like, I loved games where the main character was a female character, and I loved games where the main character was a male, and I never felt any issue playing as a female character. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. It was an amazing game, and it was even more so because Aloy was a female character. Syndicate was very cool. I really liked that Jacob and Evie had different skill sets, and so you had to approach certain part of the game using different tactics. Yes, exactly. That was pretty cool. Do you think this DLC will redeem Odin somehow? I might be able to answer tomorrow without spoiling, but I'll be able to give some first impressions about that topic. Yes. I like leaving the animals when I'm about to quit the game to give the modern protagonists a break. That's headcanon to its best. That's amazing. The level at which fans can get immersed in a game. That's so cool. Jack the Ripper DLC is one of my favorites. Yeah. It's a good DLC. It's a very dark one. I remember being super surprised that they went with such a dark tone. Of course, it was about Jack the Ripper, so it had to be. But still, like, all the tones, the feeling, the colors, the palette, everything was super dark. Even London itself. And even the rooks that turned into, I think it was like a villain gang, if I'm not mistaken. The color of their jackets was dark, like it was purple or something. I like the modern day story in Odyssey more than Valhalla. Really? I beg to differ. I loved the modern day story in Valhalla much more than in Odyssey. And on that note, I think that we can ask the second question. So I'll give you the time to go on Twitter, to be ready, prepare your Twitter account, prepare your tweet with the hashtag ATA Labs. And if you'd like, you could already write your platform, so you just need to type the answer. The answer is okay in English, Italian, any language that I can verify with any kind of translator. So be sure to type it correctly. Okay. Shall we start? Are you guys ready? I don't see any comments. Okay, good luck everyone. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Which eye does Odin sacrifice at the end of the Jotunheim arc in the main game? Is it the right one or the left one? Be sure to tweet on Twitter with the hashtag ATA Labs and the platform of your choice for a code for Dawn of Ragnarok for the DLC. And let's check. It's only for the DLC, as I mentioned. Let's check. I'm refreshing the page. And so many answers. I can't see which is the first one. And it's Aurinko. It's the left one. If I'm not mistaken, it's the left one. So it's at OrinkoG on Twitter. The answer, congratulations, the answer was the left eye. So Orinko, congratulations for winning the giveaway. Be sure to write to us a direct message on Twitter, so that we can arrange how to send you the code. We're going to send the code probably after the release date. The sooner the better. Of course, once we have the codes, we're going to send it to you guys. Congratulations, Christophorus and Orinko. Is it Aurinko or Orinko? But anyway, congratulations. And if you guys were not able to win today, be sure, don't be too sad. Tomorrow we're going to give away 3 more codes for Dawn of Ragnarok, the DLC, not the game again. We're going to have a stream starting at 8 p.m. CET if everything goes according to plan, which is what did not happen today. So let's try and make it right tomorrow. We're going to have a lot to talk about. So congratulations, guys. And I think that, well, let's see if you guys have any other questions. Otherwise, we can slightly go towards wrapping up and to me going to editing the videos for tomorrow. Marcus, should we DM you? No, access the Animus account. Yeah. Don't go to my personal one. Please write to @accesstheanimus, and once the stream is over, we will contact you and ask you some more questions that we need data for the delivery of the code. No, it was the left one. You can see also in the trailers for Dawn of Ragnarok, but also of course in the game it was the left one, as Christopher said. Hope to win tomorrow. It will be your birthday, Pedro. Happy birthday for now, and let's hope you can win tomorrow. Then there's going to be 3 chances for you if you tune in at the right time. Be sure to follow our social media. We're going to announce the proper timing either tonight or tomorrow morning. If it's not going to be 8, it might be 7, or like still in the evening if it's Europe time. So around this kind of time anyway. What else? Congratulations, Orinko. Happy early birthday, Pedro. Steam Sivar, my birthday was March the 5th. Happy birthday. Happy belated. another giveaway tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we're going to stream the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC for Valhalla. So we're going to show you some non-spoilery sequences, some quest arcs as well, and at the same time we're also going to have a giveaway for 3 codes. So if you didn't manage today, don't fret and don't be sad. We're going to have more chances tomorrow. And on that note, I think we can wrap up. So guys, thank you so much for joining us in our now classic Monday stream. I'm happy that we were able to codes to give away, thanks to Ubisoft and the Mentors Guild. And it's so nice to see so many of you around here. Be sure to check our social media and our channel tomorrow. We're going to have a few videos about Dawn of Ragnarok. We're going to stream the game, share our first impressions. And in the coming days, not tomorrow, but in the coming days, we're also going to release our review of the content. So a lot of stuff, a lot of content for Dawn of Ragnarok starting tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. Yes, we will be able to show you the map tomorrow. Any kind of gameplay we can show you. Story, kind of. Spoilers, no. We can show you the Valkyrie arena and other stuff as well. We can show you the world, etc., etc. So guys, once again, thank you so much. Enjoy the day or the night wherever you are. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.